Hello everybody, this is Ralph with ATAK Systems. Today I'm going to be talking about how to install the T-Beam Supreme into your Sycorax2 case. If you're not familiar with the Sycorax2 case, that is going to be a separate video, but we do offer them in 4 different colors. To begin, you're going to want to take off the SMA connection that is embedded into the T-Beam Supreme when you get it out of the box. Go ahead and take the nut off and the washers. The star washer is going to be the hardest to loosen. Once you have taken off your nut and washers, you are going to loosen these 2 machine screws that are holding the SMA connection. And you don't want to loosen the whole thing out completely, just enough to pull this out. Pull this out gently. Do not rip it out, because that can easily break on you. And remount the OEM cover. Now, to begin, the case is a 2-port case. You have the front, the back, and then you have a separate set of buttons that will more than likely come taped just like this. And we're going to take the front half of the case and we're going to take a look at this pentagon in here. We're going to slot it into this slot, and we want to do this gently. We don't want to force anything. We don't want to use any utensils to pull this. We can just use our hands. Once we slot it in, there's going to be just a little bit of play, but now when you tighten this down, it's not just going to spin on you. And here we're just going to slot it in. We're going to slot this top part in first, and right under this lip right here, and push the bottom in. Okay, making sure to not press the buttons that come on the T-Beam Supreme. So one side note on the T-Beam Supremes, the buttons are really bad, as in they are very fragile. So if you're really rough with the buttons, they can break and they will be canted permanently, in which case you're going to have a hard time resetting them to activate them. Okay, so once you have this in, we are going to put our washers back on. We're going to start with the star washer. We're going to put our second washer on, and we're going to put our nut on. Okay, just going to tighten this down. First we're going to hand tighten it. You can see that there is a guard around this, primarily for aesthetic reasons, but also just to protect any kind of debris that can, or anything that can hit the antenna connection. And right here I have a 8mm wrench that is actually purpose built. Assuming you are not going to have a 8mm wrench, you're probably going to use needle nose pliers. And as far as tightening the connection goes for the SMA, you don't want to torque anything down. It's supposed to be 5 to 8 inch-pounds of torque. I would recommend just using 5, or in this scenario, just very little bit of tightness. Like I said, you don't have to put any of your biceps in. You don't even have to put your wrist in to torque this down. Okay, so now that we have everything in, you want to do kind of a fitment check. And just press all the buttons. You should have a click sound. I'm not sure if you're going to be able to hear that, but there is a audible click sound that tells me that all the buttons are correctly lined up and the buttons on the T-Beam Supreme are good to go. And from here we're going to install our 18650 battery, and if you're sourcing this, make sure you get the right length of battery. I don't have it off the top of my head, but the battery length is listed on Lilygo's website and also on our website if you're looking at the T-Beam Supreme listings, because we do carry these as well. And you want to make sure when you're installing this battery that the polarity is correct. Okay, on the first go, you want to make sure that the polarity is correct. Okay, negative to negative, positive to positive. All right, you're going to slot that in. And then you want to put the antenna on, okay, because you don't want to transmit or have this thing turn on without an antenna. Now once all that is done, we can go ahead and this literally will just click in. Okay, clicks in, and then you just got to tighten these M3 screws. And for that, I'm going to use the correct Phillips head. All right. And you don't have to torque anything down. Okay, they're going to sit pretty much flush, and that is a M3 by 10 millimeter. If you want, you can use M3.5, or if it's a little loose for you for whatever reason, you can use a blue Loctite. And the unit is on. We can go ahead and check to see how it's working. Looks like it's working good. And this is a U-Blocks variant, so it will get the satellite data pretty quick because of the U-Blocks GPS unit as opposed to the L76. And that's going to be it for now. I appreciate everybody for watching. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to us at ATAK Systems on our website, or you can reach out to us on Etsy or eBay. Thank you for watching.